Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 88 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Not much, man. Just going to do this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, the traveling road show continued this weekend.
Yeah.
I had somebody reach out to me and said, man, you guys are everywhere. And then Thursday, whatever the hell, it's Thursday when we walked in. Man, you guys are everywhere, aren't you? I said, yeah, we kind of are. And I had somebody else reach out to me. Do you know that not only are we the Traveling Roadshow, not only are we consistent in bringing you content every week, but we are podcasters' favorite podcast.
Yeah.
We are teaching people everything all over the country.
Yeah.
So I said, we appreciate the compliment, man. So thanks for noticing. So this week's guest, Jakeb Boxell. We'll continue off that. We're gonna drop some knowledge again.
Yeah.
Young man out of Indiana, lives in Ohio because he wants to race in Indiana. I know it sounds confusing, but when we get into the story, it's pretty funny, really. But handpicked by Matt Westfall to continue on the Matt Westfall racing tradition.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything else. Up and coming star in the midget ranks, and not doing too bad in the sprint car world either. I think he's at like 7 sprint car starts now.
Yeah.
But Matt's gonna have to talk to him though. We got 7 starts. I think we got 3 top 5s. 2 big crashes where the frames were junked, and a tore up motor. So he's either feast or famine right now.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we caught up with him a couple weeks ago at a USAC show, and it was a really, really fun interview. So, all right, Flash, we gotta do the housekeeping stuff.
Yeah.
That you would think I would have this memorized off the top of my head, but
Well, you did last time, remember?
yeah, we did pretty damn good, really.
Yep.
So this week's show being brought to you by Diesel Boys LLC. If you're in the Kentuckiana area and you need any diesel truck work done at all, reach out to Brandon Hooker and Diesel Boys LLC. They can get you taken care of. Our deep dives being brought to you by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Kentucky Clutch and Performance can do any type of automotive clutch that you need, from small cars to tractors to semi-trucks to race cars. If you got a clutch that's messed up, send it our way and we can get you taken care of. Our slider of the week being brought to you by Walt at Speed Decals. I didn't see Walt this weekend. I think him and Chase went high limit racing.
Yeah, they must have.
Yeah, because Chase sent me a message and said, high limit? And I sent him a message back, said, no, because we got a really cool interview coming up. So he's like, you bet, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. So just a little teaser. Next week's show is going to be a can't miss.
Yeah,
definitely a can't miss. But Walt at Speed Decals is our slider of the week. If you need any vinyl work done, reach out to Walt. He will get you taken care of. Our crash of the week. This one's going to be a good one. It's going to ring close to home.
Yeah.
But our crash of the week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman Remodeling. David is
It's kind of weird how D.O. Handyman Remodeling, the owner of that, is also like cousins to the
crashee. yeah. Or the crasher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think David is he's hobbling around a little bit, so he can get you back to he can get you taken care of. So if you need anything done around the house, handyman related, reach out to D.O. Handyman Remodeling, 812-989-5002. Not 06 like last week.
Yeah.
5002. Yeah. Our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trucks.
Somebody's mad at you, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I don't work on stuff.
Yeah. Somebody's, you need a deck fix? Nah, bro. I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. 88 weeks in a row. We're the most unprofessional professionals.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Oh, Racetrack Spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. Jeremy had a busy weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
That's going to continue because he's got to be at Eldora on Wednesday. He's kind of got 30 clients this weekend.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome for him too.
Yeah. So needless to say, he's going to be busy. But I know Jeremy, and I know his work ethic. If you got anything you want done and you need it for Tuesday, you better get with him tonight.
Yeah.
Because if you need it for this weekend, he's leaving Wednesday, so he can drop it off in the Louisville area on the way out if he has to.
Yeah.
But reach out to Jeremy Thomas and JT's Trackside Catering. Our question of the week being brought to you by Bayonet Race Cars. If you need anything done for any type of race car, especially shocks, Brian Barber is a Fox Shock representative. And if you got a modified and you need a nose and front bumper, this would be a really good week to get with him because he's going to be making some.
Yeah.
Because he ate a U-tire last night at Brownstown Speedway. So if you need any front end parts, he's already going to be in the process of doing that. So reach out to Brian Barber. He will get you taken care of. Our Pound the Cushion segment, which is coming back this week.
Yeah.
Last week it was kind of up in the air, but had some life stuff that we had to take care of.
Right.
But Pound the Cushion segment will be back this week, and it is brought to you by RacingDirt.com. If you want to keep up with the USMTS, the American Modified Series, the Heartland Modified Series, the Heartland Super Late Model Series. We will get with Trenton Berry this week. He will be on. We'll talk about all the stuff they got going on because they've had some major shows out there. And if you want to keep up with that, reach out to RacingDirt.com and tell them when you send them the email or the Facebook message, tell them that the Trading Sliders podcast sent you over there. And our past guest segment, which I had to do a whole nother paper on this one this week.
Yeah, yeah.
A whole nother paper.
Yeah, I was looking at that last night. I was talking to Deb on the way home. I said, we got a lot of people this week.
Yeah, this week. I hope I got everybody.
Yeah.
I do know that there was two that did text me, so they wanted to make sure they got on.
That's good.
But our past guest segment is being brought to you by HCC Lawn Care. And if you're in the Louisville area and you need your grass cut, bushes done, flower beds done, reach out to Ben Harmon and his one good hand, and he will get you taken care of.
Yeah.
All right, got through the opening. And I almost forgot. Ran into a friend of a show this morning.
Yeah.
Said he didn't even know we was doing the podcast till a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
First off, I said, "What the hell? You don't pay attention to your Facebook?" And but the Whitaker Trucking. We just want to say thank you for your kind donation, and thanks for following along on the show. And just like Mark Whitaker said, listen, he knows that we're doing this now, so he's going to let people know. So I want to start off by this. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because we don't have no marketing department. It's just me and Flash.
Yeah.
And we'll just send a message like, hey, bro, this is out. If you could share, please.
Yeah.
So you can find us on Facebook. You can find both of us on Instagram under our own name. Trading Sliders has a Twitter account. Everything's put up there. Everything's put up on YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah.
Best way to get a hold of, best way to find out what's going on. I mean, the show's going to be out every Monday for the most part.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be late Monday, but every Monday the show's going to be out. But just hit subscribe. Don't cost you nothing. It's free. No fan clubs here. No special treatment. None of that. Just every Monday we have a show that is coming out, and I promise you it's going to be good. And if you're new to the show, go back and check out the other shows. You can fast forward through the race results and the news segments, and you get to the interviews because every interview that we've done, they've all been pretty good on our end, I would say.
Yeah.
And one thing about it is you learn progression because some of these guys, as you'll see coming up, some of these guys are going to be we're going to be getting an update because we're 2 years into this.
Yeah.
So especially some young kids, this is how it's been going. What did you think how it was going to go? How's it going now? After being Trading Sliders podcast world famous, how did it change your life?
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I got beat up because I put your sticker on the car.
Yeah.
But no, all jokes aside, please follow along with what we do. A lot of hard work goes into this, and we have a great following right now. But if everybody that listens every week would just hit subscribe, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Got it in the opener this week, not the end. So,
Yep.
but thank you, to Mark Whitaker and all his kind words. Let's just put it that way. All right, Flash. News of the week. Mansfield Raceway did a thing. So
Yeah.
kind of good. Oh, actually, really good.
Yeah.
For a couple guys. Kind of bad. So we got some good and bad in there. We were on the road this weekend, so didn't see a whole lot of it, but had enough people that had a pulse on the situation that we could talk about. Okay.
Right.
Let's just put it. We had some corresponding contributors,
Yeah.
so we can talk about that, especially if. One of them was a past guest that, maybe won $100,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Hunt the Front had themselves a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Flash got to witness both of that, so we'll get into that. A little racetrack that we need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss that. We got something brewing there in central Indiana that could change the world of how young kids get involved in racing.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that.
In a big way.
In a big way, yeah.
Yeah.
And like we said, past guests had a weekend. I mean, we had an absolute stellar weekend with past guests, so we're going to get into that. We did have some past guests on past guest crime.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have to talk about that. Sorry, Jacob.
Yeah.
This week's guest. Sorry you got a little right rear fed to you by another past guest, but well, that's okay. I mean, not okay for you because you got a car tore up.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that because we cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. Weekend race trips. Flash and I have been on the road since
Thursday.
Since Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that and sprint car counts over the weekend. Flash will blow your mind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, absolutely bonkers. With kind of ties into this week's fan question, but we're going to touch on that. And then we got a racetrack. We're going to start off with a racetrack that's nearing its end, and it's something that we always preach on here.
Yeah.
We get out and support your local racetrack, and there's some tracks struggling, but the news came out that Peoria Speedway, after the Summer Nationals race, will be shutting down. Don't know if this is for good, forever, for how long, but we do know that a pretty neat racetrack that's been a staple on the Hell Tour and stable on the Power Eye midgets and micro sprint deal is coming to an end. So hopefully somebody picks this place up. As a few weeks ago we talked about Belclair coming back to life.
Yeah.
Mansfield just coming back to life. Peoria looks like it's going to close the door. So hopefully it's not the final chapter.
Right.
Hopefully, it's something where somebody else
take over. And
picks up and takes over. That's a pretty neat little racetrack.
Yeah.
Been there once. Night I was there, it kind of sucked. There's rubber on the bottom, but you could see how it could be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, Flash, we're going to do this kind of quick here. We're going to start off with our past guest segment, and I had to go ahead and write this down on a totally different notepad because if not, you hear me flipping pages for all of our notes we got here.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with the big one. Congratulations to Uncle T on becoming Papa T first.
Yeah.
Turbo and his girlfriend announced they're having a baby, so that's exciting. Nothing like another kid growing up on the road and getting to experience the fun life. But Turbo picked up he thought it was going to be a $12,000 preliminary night as he rode on the racetrack. But Mansfield said, "Hey boys, I don't know if this is what happened, but I'm just going to put my 2 cents out there.
Yeah.
I'll probably piss somebody off, and just like I did. Oh, and one more thing, Jason, that sent me the real long text last week. Next week, when we have our special guest on." It's going to be very open wheel heavy, but we're going to have a late model discussion because I'm going to send you another text back and let you plead your case, and then we'll plead our case on here. So this is an open forum.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Bobby Pierce he's still a bad mofo.
Yeah.
So Turbo picked up first off, let's start back. Bobby Pierce picked up.
Yeah. Wayne County.
Wayne County and Marion Center.
Yep.
So Bobby Pierce went 2 for 2.
He only made $105,000. And
yeah. So Bobby Pierce did Bobby Pierce things because, like I said, he's the greatest late model driver in the country and probably ever. So we'll start off with that. on our past guest. Our past guest segment brought to you by HCC Lawn Care. Ben Harmon, we'll talk about him for a past guest. Cut a tire down.
Yeah.
Running top 3.
Yeah.
So we'll mention that. And broke a dry shaft Friday night at Circle City. So
yeah.
Kind of got a bad juju weekend.
Not a great weekend for him.
Yeah, not a great weekend. So Turbo took the win. He thought it was going to be $12,000. Turned in to be $100,000.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But I'm saying that the racetrack was so rough, and you know the old saying, as long as they're talking about you is good.
Yeah.
I don't think bad publicity is good anymore. Like I think that everybody's so self-conscious, and I think the racetrack was it was dusty, it was rough, it was not ideal at all.
Yeah.
They said, we're going to throw some money at this, so hopefully nobody shits on us.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I thought that it went down. Could be wrong. But congratulations to Turbo for taking the 100 stack there. Jeremy Mills, last week's guest, picked up the IMCA Modified Special with 35 cars at how you say it? Cusitts County?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cusitts County Raceway there in Iowa. Matt Hamilton did Matt Hamilton things Friday night at Circle City. I'm just going to put this out there. If there is a cushion on a racetrack, there's 3 guys that no matter what in a UMP Modified, I will take them with a bet no matter what, and 9 times out of 10 we're going to win. 1 is Mike Harrison.
Yep.
2 is former guest Trent Young. And 3 is Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
If there is a cushion, you guys are in trouble. As the competitors found out at Circle City Raceway.
Oh, yeah.
So congratulations to Matt Hamilton there. Dilly got him a sprint car win there at Moeller Raceway.
Yeah, seen that.
Place that he told us in his interview that he wasn't a real big fan of it anyway. So Dilly got him a win there. Kyle Cummins went to Knoxville and did Kyle Cummins things. Picked up the $10,000 there on Friday night. Ricky Lewis took the win at Lima Land. And this week's guest, Jakeb Boxell, ran 5th at Lima Land Friday night. And Gunnar Setzer made a hard charge from 8th to 2nd.
Yeah,
so,
he was fast time too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was fast time, but I think he struggled. I think he had something going on in the heat race. I don't think they do an 8-car invert in the Boss Series. Unless they do. I mean, I don't know. But he went from 8th to 2nd. So
that was good, though.
That's all I know.
Yeah. That's a new ride he's got there, too.
Yeah, they're getting the bugs. They're getting the bugs worked out.
Oh, yeah.
And our good buddy Jay Watt got the mod out this week and went to Richmond Raceway and did Jay Watt things.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on them. Get ready for the Kentucky Speed Week that's going to come up here in a couple weeks. Downtown, uptown, out of town, Dalton Brown picked up the 604 Pro Late Model. I got to get.
Yeah.
I got a whole month of Pro Late Model racing coming up, so I got to make sure I say that right. Picked up the 604 Pro Late Model there at Richmond Raceway, and our good buddy Drake Edwards picked up a Power Eye National Midget win at Southern Illinois Raceway this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
So Drake made the move from the Petty Performance to Chase McDermott Racing and picked the win up this weekend. And Cole Followay, if he goes to the racetrack, usually runs pretty good.
Yeah.
So Cole Followay went to Red Hill for the Mars Series and did Cole Followay things. Quick time, won the heat, and won the feature.
Yep.
So Cole Followay did what Cole Followay does. And then last night at Brownstown, Ryan Thomas put on an absolute clinic how to roll the middle of the racetrack and keep your speed up. And Ryan Thomas took the win there at Brownstown Speedway.
Over former guests.
Yeah. Over former guest Jordan Weaver, who's been beat up a little bit. Been kicked on a little bit.
But nah, he drove a heck of a race last night too, because he could have run over
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas a couple times there on the restarts, but man, he drove him clean as you could possibly drive somebody, and it was.
Well, Weaver he's such a good kid, and I hate it when good kids make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Same way with Charlie Medford. Like when Medford had his stuff going on, such a good kid, but why do so? I mean, just. Yeah. Well, I mean, know why. They're kids.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why.
Yeah, because we didn't have Facebook to put our shit out there.
Yeah.
Because they've been like, damn, Bobby busted somebody in the mouth again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, there you go, Shack Pack. I seen the video. I was on, another past guest segment while we're on the past guest segment. All right, Shack, if you're going to come in with the right hand, And you better have the left hand ready, too, because you was all off balance and got your ass on the ground.
Yeah.
You did lay a good punch. I'll give you that. But there were some speed drum things that went on speed drum style, too.
Yeah.
So that's what's went on the past guest. All right, Flash. So car counts are struggling at a lot of places. Okay? You want to know where car count is not struggling right now?
Sprint car world.
Sprint car world.
Yep.
And you know what? Some of the most expensive racing in all of racing is sprint car racing.
Yeah.
Especially wing sprint car racing. So I just made a quick jot because I know places are struggling. I get that. But I think, this could be my opinion, I think that certain regions are doing okay. Like this, I want to talk about sprint car racing in the Midwest. Sprint car racing in the South, they're getting 12 to 14 cars.
Right.
And that's just is what it is. Sprint car racing out west is doing really good. Sprint car racing in the Midwest to the Mid-East, across the central part, across I-70, we'll just basically say. From Missouri, well, actually, from Iowa to Missouri, all across I-70, and Indiana, Ohio. Yeah. We even had some in Illinois this weekend. So,
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to shoot you a few car counts, and these are some regular shows, some like a Western PA Speed Week. It's not confused with the Pennsylvania Speed Week. It's just like 5 nights in Ohio and Western Pennsylvania. USAC, World of Outlaws, National Tour, some regional stuff. I'm just gonna shoot you off, and we're gonna discuss this real quick. So Thursday, Western PA Speed Week at Pittsburgh Motor Speedway, 28 cars.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's a big half mile. It's like Eldora.
Yeah.
So we get 28 wing sprint cars on a big half mile. Check mark. That's a success.
Yeah.
That is a success. So we go to Friday. Lima Land, which is a wing sprint car country place. They had the Boss non-wing sprint cars that we talked about. Ricky Lewis just won.
Right.
24 non-wing sprint cars. This is all Friday night. Right up the road at Attica Raceway. Lima Land to Attica is an hour. 410 wing sprint cars at Attica, 35. 305 wing sprint cars at Attica, 33. So the 305s had 33 sprint cars there. If you come just down south in the state, Friday night, Muller Raceway, 18 305 wing sprint cars. So just in that little pocket right there, we had over 150 sprint cars racing in a 2-hour circle.
Yeah.
Right there together.
Yep.
Slided over to Knoxville Friday night. 41 360 wing sprint cars. 30 USAC national sprint cars. We have 30 non-wing sprint cars in a part of the country that has no non-wing sprint cars.
Right, yeah.
None.
Yeah.
This is all wing sprint car country. So we had 30 non-wing sprint cars over there. Friday night, I-96 Speedway. The Great Lakes Outlaw Sprint. It's 35 to 40 minutes from Attica Raceway. They have 360 sprint cars. Just take a guess. We're an hour from 150 sprint cars racing.
Probably 35.
Yeah, 30.
30.
We had 30 sprint cars, 30 360 sprint cars right there. Just a few miles down south, still on a Friday, High Limit is at Lawrenceburg. 410 wing sprint cars. 30.
Yeah.
High Limit wing sprint cars. So now we're within a 3-hour drive, we've got over 200 sprint cars racing within 3 hours. And Bloomington had late models. They were off. We could have thrown in another 30 sprint cars probably.
Yeah, probably
so. What I'm saying is that was just Friday alone with the sprint cars in the area. And then you bump it down to Saturday. Knoxville, 410 wing sprint cars, 37, 30 USAC cars. Sharon Speedway in Ohio, right across, I'm talking, this is right there where we just had 200 sprint cars the night before. Sharon Speedway in Ohio has 40 410 wing sprint cars at Sharon Speedway in Ohio. We slide it right on across the state and Williams Grove. 32 wing sprint cars. So now we're in the same. I mean, we're within a 6-hour radius. We're almost at 400 sprint cars.
Yeah,
and then,
it's crazy.
And everybody's right here, and we haven't even got to the local stuff. Attica and Fremont Saturday night had 41 ASCS sprint cars, 29 305 sprint cars.
Yeah.
That's in Northern Ohio. Over in LaSalle, Illinois, late model country, we got IRA wing sprint cars, 37
Man.
in late model country
Yeah.
in Illinois. So we had 37 410 sprint cars at LaSalle, right across the road. From LaSalle to Knoxville, Iowa, 2.5, 3 hours max. We've got over 100 race cars between the two racetracks.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, that's.
It's just absolutely crazy. And then to top it all off, Saturday night in the state of Indiana, we had 2 non-wing sprint car tracks running. Usually we have 4 or 5. We had 2. Mount Pillier, 40. Paragon, 35.
Yeah.
and those 2 are within an hour from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, hour and a half.
Yeah.
To be tops. So I know late models, crown jewels are getting major car counts, but I don't know why the disparity. Because a lot of this is local late model racing. They're not packing. The local and regional late model racing is not holding their weight like the local and regional sprint car racing is, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because both cars are expensive.
Yeah.
I really don't know why. This weekend, Northern Allstars had a good showing, locally and regionally, but I just don't know why the car count disparity is so different. I mean, I have a theory of why the fan count disparity is different, but car count wise, I don't know. I mean, I don't get it because, I mean, is it a thing where streaming, the High Limit, the World of Outlaws, the USAC stuff is helping everybody? Like, oh my God, this form of racing gets coverage, so let's do it. But I think it goes back to the beginning. The kids that start racing, the kids that grow up in the stock car world, they don't usually do quarter midgets, junior sprints,
Right.
restricted, micro sprints, midgets into sprint car. Like they've got a system set up on the open wheel world that you could just keep progressing.
But like you're saying, like in the stock car world, you can't do that. You have to start in a front wheel drive Hornet and then move to like a pure stock, and then maybe to a super stock, and then and they're all different cars.
Everything's different. Yeah,
it's nothing the same. So you have to pretty much rebuy everything every time you change.
Yeah, that's
once you get to a 305 sprint car, you could move to a 360, then you can move to a 410, and
same way with the micro sprints.
Yeah.
If you're 15 years old and you run a restricted micro sprint, so you've got the car and you've got a motor with a restrictor plate on it. That's why it's called restrictor.
Right.
You decide you want to go open racing. You've already got the car.
Right.
You take the restrictor plate off. You put one shock adjuster on the right rear.
Yeah.
Now you're open racing.
Right.
So the cars can progress. So, you can get 5 years out of a set of cars. And then, okay, it's time to move up to sprint cars. Well, we'll get a 305. Like you said, we get a 305. 305 still block. So if you want to go wing and non-wing racing, you can pull the wing off, do some non-wing stuff.
Yep.
Put the wing back on, advance to the 360s.
Yep.
Advance to the 410s. Now you've made enough laps. Okay, now you get a new car because you want to better your program. But you've already stepped. You've already had the tier steps, and you kind of see that down south in the late models.
Yeah. Well, late models down south.
Down south.
But around our region, there's no.
Yeah,
I mean, there used to be the crates, but the crates are so out of hand now. I don't care what anybody says; they're out of hand.
Yeah,
and it's just
the crates are just late models.
Yeah,
now.
they're late. I mean, we had a crate car last night, running almost the top 10.
Yeah, with the supers.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know but the thing is though, down south, you have so many late models. You have the 602 Charger, then the 602 late model, then the limited late model, the late model Sportsman, 604 Super, Steel Block, but their car counts, unless it's the Ice Bow or something.
Yeah.
Everybody's got 6 or 8. So you
Right.
still have only got 25 cars running that night.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't know what the answer is, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, there's some theories behind it because sprint car racing technology is still kind of what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the shocks are better and you can do stuff different with the wings. But, you know, Devin Gilpin told us, and I believe this, Carl Kinzer can walk in the racetrack. And shout out to Carl Kinzer for hanging out at Lawrenceburg Friday night. It would have been nice to stop by and catch up with old cousin Carl.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty fun.
Yeah.
But we had something else going on. But, you know, Carl Kinzer can walk in the racetrack and still look at the race car and make adjustments.
Yeah.
And he said, Jim Curdy's not coming to Brownstown and helping me.
Yeah.
He don't know what the hell any of this shit is.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that the sprint car racing, man, it's just right now, like midget racing was hot in the early, you know, late 90s.
Yeah.
Because of the ESPN stuff. And then when, like I said, we're coming up on 40 years of Summer Nationals, but in the early 2000s, the Summer Nationals will never, as much as I love the Summer Nationals, it will never be what it was in the early 2000s.
Oh, no.
When you had Bloomquist and Moyer and Bab. I mean, everybody. Bab, you're so old. You're still racing.
Yeah.
but you had everybody, you know, because it paid $100,000 to win the championship.
Yeah.
So they just told the Have Tampa guys, like, hey, you're going to cancel your races this month.
Yeah.
We're going to race over here.
Right.
Now, the World of Outlaws and Lucas, with all the TV revenue and everybody needs content, you know, they don't really work around the Summer Nationals no more.
No.
That kind of sucks. But in the same token, regional late model racing is probably better than super late than national racing right now.
Yeah.
The drivers aren't better, don't get me wrong. But just pay my $30, sit in the stands and watch. The dudes that are trying to learn the limit, trying to learn racecraft, usually it's more exciting, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, a national tour guy, you're not going to see Mike Marlar roll in fifth and have a 7th place car and he got the 5th and he's not like, okay, I'm going to still try to win this son bitch on this next restart.
No.
He's just going to save his stuff for the next day. You get to the regional deal, hell, I ain't been 5th in a stroke.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to go to 3rd.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the racing is definitely a lot more exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And it was kind of nice last night just going to races and watching, like, you know.
Yeah, it's been a first time.
We kind of just did that all weekend almost.
Yeah, I did that last weekend too.
Yeah.
I've had 2 weeks of off weekends that were just, okay, I'm just going to hang out.
Yeah.
Very rarely. I mean, I had 2 off weekends, so you had 2 off weekends as well.
Yeah.
Because we had 5 consecutive rainouts.
I know. That's pretty bad.
That's kind of crazy. But when we have our off weekends, we spend them at the racetrack.
We still go to the racetrack like we try to preach to you guys to do.
Yeah. We're not the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you.
You should go to the racetrack.
Go to the racetrack. And
we sit at home watch on TV.
Yeah. We're not going to do that. Yeah.
No.
That's just not us. That's not how we roll. You know, we are fans, and fans go to the racetrack.
And right now we're still paying to get in everywhere. So.
Yeah.
just like everybody else.
Yeah, most places we are. So,
yeah. We got a few places.
Yeah, we got a few places that will, give us credentials, and we're appreciative of that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I feel like we should have to pay to go in.
Yeah.
If they want to upgrade us to a pit pass or what, we're going to the pits anyway, usually, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should pay because, we're covering their sport, and people say, well, they should let you in free. Well, yeah, but a lot of times when you go to the racetrack, just like the other night, we're about to talk about our weekend race trips, but just like the other night, we went up to Tony Stewart Speedway on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Not expecting nothing. I kind of reached out to some people, and we had we were going to do some podcast stuff, do some content creating. Let's just say that. So we walked in, and they were having practice and everything, and we just sat in the stands and did what we normally do until they were done.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So, we're the guys that get in at 2 o'clock on a Thursday, just because. Because you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to get. You never going to, if you're staying at home, I promise you one thing. If we would have stayed home Thursday, our next week's interview would not have been nowhere near as cool.
Right, yeah.
Just put it that way.
Yep, exactly.
But so we'll get into this weekend race trips. Start off, like I said, by Thursday we went up to Keith Coon's Give Back Classic. It was open practice night.
Yeah.
First off, Tony Stewart Speedway, the people at the Bartholomew County Fairgrounds, the city of Columbus, Smoke himself, everybody that signed off on this and said, hey, let's take this little bitty well, not little bitty.
No, it's pretty good size.
Let's take this big quarter mile, 5/16, 3/8 flat oval that they raced horses on in 1700s. Let's take this track and confine it down and build a micro sprint track with some banking. You guys did a hell of a job.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking...
way better than I thought we was going to walk into.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, I knew... I seen the reconstruction, but I seen it when there was still the other track around.
Yeah.
It didn't have as much banking. You know what I'm saying? It was just basically an infield track put down.
Yeah.
So they put some banking in it, and it's kind of got a hopstock vibe with long straightaways, tight corners.
Yeah.
But it's got a Putmanville curve cut in the top. Brownstown, if you're listening, it wouldn't be bad to, maybe get a hold of Clip Hersley, Dayson's dad, and say, hey, I know you're working in Columbus this week. It'd be nice for you to come on down here and get on the damn grader here at Brownstown.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there. But as I say that, the late model feature was ran around the top last night, so I can't bitch too much.
Yeah.
But it sure be nice if it had something to lean on. But
Jason had just a little bit more on the top last night.
That's all he needed was just a little bit more.
Yeah.
So the racetrack is excellent. The facility, you got plenty of room to park. The campground, it's got a full campground with hookups because it's at the 4-H County Fairgrounds. It has the history of Tony Stewart. It's where Tony Stewart grew up racing. Hats off to Keith Coons and everybody who took a chance on this.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night, I went back to support the event, and Kurt went to Brownstown, or Bloomington, to support the Northern Allstar deal, so we could split up. So I'm going to talk about Friday night first. I was a little disappointed that they didn't get any more cars than they did.
Yeah.
But, as Jack Slash once said, if you can have 60 cars and it'd be huggy pull around the bottom and terrible.
Yeah.
Give me 14 cars that's ripping the top, throwing haymakers on each other. So we had 18 of them.
Yeah.
We had 18, with feature started at 17 because we tore one up. So we had 17 outlaw non-wing micros start to feature. And tell you what, man, you may not like his tone, but my man Jack Slash is never wrong.
Yeah.
He is not, all seriousness aside, he is not wrong.
And another thing, too, also, people hear micro sprints. Man, do not let that drive you away.
Don't let that deter
you. They are real race cars. Yes. They are badass.
They get after it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you can't tell the difference between them and a midget most of the time. Sometimes I think they might be faster.
I think they are. They got a wider right rear tire.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And they're 200 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that people say, oh, that's just an oversized go-kart.
Yeah, no.
Until you go and sit and watch a micro sprint race, don't be hating, don't be bashing.
Yeah.
Because they flat get after it. There's a reason Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Rico Abreu, Tanner Thorson, all the top sprint car drivers in the world, Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
There was a reason why, he came back and started running them. Those are real race cars.
Oh, yeah.
And a non-wing outlaw, which means no restriction, open cockpit adjusters. It's not a cheap race car, but it is badass.
Oh, yeah.
Especially on small racetracks.
Yeah.
Little
put them on the right size racetrack.
Yeah, 6 mile, 5th mile, quarter mile. You're in for a treat. I would love when the Hart, they got a Hart Indiana Micro Week.
Yeah.
So it's got like Indiana Sprint Week or Indiana Midget Week, but it goes to Rushville, all the small county fairgrounds. Thunder Valley, if you're listening. I know you're not. You're probably trying to figure out the different rules right now between Brownstown, Salem, and Sportstrome and the Crown Vics. You want to know who's running what. And I know But if you are listening, if anybody out there has got a pulse on this, reach out to the Hart non-wing outlaw deal. Get in on that on the Indiana Micro Week.
Yeah.
Just the fans, the racing action. You'll thank me for this.
Oh, yeah.
Get in on this. Reach out. I know you guys got TQ Midgets coming up, and that's great. But reach out to the Indiana Micro Week guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd love to take their four race deal to a 5 race deal.
Oh yeah.
Because it is something that gets after it. So I went up there Friday night, had a good show. Aiden Turner out of North Carolina took the win over Colton Robinson, midget racer. Tate Gertie, man, that kid can flat out wheel a race car.
Yeah.
But he caught a rut. He pogoed Flash, right rear, right front, right rear, off the banking, all 4s down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a hard hit. It was one of those ones I was like, damn, Keith's going to be upset. That one's tore up.
Yeah.
And it never got over. It never went over.
No.
But it tore up every corner of the car
Yeah.
on the wreck. But he got his eggs scrambled a little bit, but he was all right.
Yeah. That's good.
But overall, it was a good show. Went up there. We'll tell you one thing, Flash. Went to the concession stand. I was just going to get a funnel cake or something. Actually,
Yeah.
my fat ass, the kid behind me, they had chocolate chip cookies about the size of this notepad.
Yeah.
And so I seen him, I had to come up with chocolate chip cookies. So I went down to get a couple chocolate chip cookies. Well, they were sold out. Apparently that was the big thing. That was the hit that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
So I get the kid in front of me goes, I got to get me another one of those hot dogs. They're so good. So I let him talk me in, and I got me a hot dog. First off, the little chubby kid in front of me, you were not wrong.
Yeah.
That's the best damn hot dog I ever had. They cooked them on the grill, and it had the like charcoal taste, like the open pit grill.
Yeah.
So I got me a hot dog, a candy bar, and a fountain drink. And the lady goes, $6. I said, no, I need to pay for all of them.
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's $6. I said, so everything at the concession stand is $2?
Yeah.
I thought about getting me 4 or 5 more hot dogs.
Yeah.
Because as Saturday night, I paid $6 for just a hot dog.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it was a good time up there. Hopefully, people get out and support this. They've got a couple more micro events, and it's something we say we need a local mill bridge.
Yeah.
It's right there in the central part of the state, and the racetrack is badass.
Yeah, it's easy to get to.
Yeah, so hopefully this thing takes off. I know they do have some go-kart racing up there, but it would be perfect. I mean, I'm not telling anybody how to do this or anything, because maybe we could brainstorm. It's easy to do it from this side, but we could have wing, non-wing micros, the junior sprints, and maybe some outlaw carts. There's a bunch in the area.
Yeah.
And we're golden. We'll take that on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every week, every other week.
Yeah.
Just people that like going to the racetrack a lot.
Yeah.
We'll take that. So, Flash, you went to Bloomington Friday night and seen Hunt the Front. So how was Friday night's race at Bloomington?
When I first walked in there, we got there a little early, and waited around, for them to start hot laps. Well, they got hot laps started. The first car on the track gassed it up, and you couldn't see no more cars on the racetrack. I was like, wow, I just wasted my money here. And, that's very unlikely for Bloomington.
Yeah, that's a...
But they ran like one hot lap session, and then Essex said, he said, after this hot lap session, we're going to work on the track. So they worked on the track, man. They dumped some water on it, and that track came to life. It was nice after that. I mean, hats off to them guys, because they fixed what was going to be a horrible show and made it a great show. I think they was just not used to having late models there, and they was afraid that they would get it too soft.
Well, let me. I'm gonna cut you off real quick. So last night when I'm leaving the racetrack, I'm gonna say I seen said person in the late model world that has his hand on everything. I'm not gonna put his name out there,
right?
But and he said that the series, the Northern Allstar series, and I'm gonna ask James about this next time I see him. Said I don't want the track mudded out.
Right. Don't want a big 4-foot cushion.
Yeah. I don't want it mudded out. Late model racing is better when the track is slick.
Yeah.
That hearsay. I could totally be wrong.
Yep.
But that's the person that I heard it from. Very, very reliable source.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Very reliable. Once that happened, Andy and James had a little bit of meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
And the racetrack got fixed. So that's what happened.
Oh,
That's what I heard. I'm just letting you know. So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good after that. I mean, they had heat races. They were good. All the heat races were good. But the feature, man, they got out. Who got out? Oh, Collins. Tyler Collins, man, he's come to life here lately. I don't know what he's done. I don't know what he's done, but he's figuring it out. And he started. I think he started third in his heat race, and like second lap he was leading, and he just walked on him in the heat race. And so he started up. I think he started on the pole, the feature, and Joseph Joyner was there, and 12 car. Jameson was there. Yeah. I mean, we had there was probably 15 cars there that could win. They had 24 cars total up there. And the feature, man, they started off, and Collins got the lead, and it was kind of down on the bottom the whole time, like hitting those tires on the bottom.
Like Isaiah Sasser bottom.
Yeah. And he was Collins was just rolling, man. And I look back there, and Joyner was rolling around kind of in the middle, but then he passed for third, I think. And I told my wife, I said, if it stays green, I said, he might catch Collins and get him.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't stay green, so they had a caution. And Joyner.
So he caught him then.
So Joyner started on the outside. You know, they did double file restart, and Joyner started on the outside behind Collins. And I told my wife, I said, he's going to blast it going into. Nobody had been running up top at all. Nobody. And I said, he's going to blast the top and probably win this thing. And he did. He went straight to the top and run about 3 laps up there. And he was about 2-3 car lengths ahead of him, and he dropped back down the bottom. And when he dropped the bottom, that thing was a rocket ship off the bottom. I don't know. I mean, it was glued.
Like half tracked him.
Yeah, he half tracked him. And, I mean, the last 22 laps, because the caution was on lap 18. So for the last 22 laps, he put over straight away on them guys easily. And but the race for second on back, it was great. I mean, them guys was battling.
Did I see where Kid Dasco was able to get up there? Let me ask you this, because I thought about this last night while the late model feature was going on. Do you think late model racing runs too many laps?
I think so. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think 25 laps would be fine for.
Or 30. 30, but why do we need 40 and 50 lap races?
Well, pretty much after lap 25, that's the way it was going to end anyway. So
that was just, I've always kind of wondered about that. I think, I mean, most people, I want to see the most laps. I get that, but I don't really like seeing people ride around and save equipment. Let's just race.
but on the late model portion of the show was great, but the super stocks, it was like a family reunion from like 1980s. Yeah, because you had Bub Cummins, you had Petro, who else was there? Hobbs. Kendall come back. He's got another car. He came back. He was in there. There was
still 44.
There was one. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
There was one other that was in there too. I can't think of who he was, but he was good too. But man, the feature though, and then you had both the Sasser boys for sure.
They were there.
So they started like 4th and 5th, I think, back there. And so Bub Cummings got the lead, and he was checked out on them guys for a while, and until the Sasser boys got around. Yeah. And then they caught him, got around him, and they just. Well, they didn't really run off and leave him, but they did get the lead and end up finishing 1 and 2, which was pretty cool. But man, it was actually a really, really good race.
Greg Kendall.
Yeah, Greg Kendall. That was his name. Yeah. He used to run. I used to watch him run at Brownstown all the time.
He ran late models there for a while. Yeah.
Well, he come out and it was first night out with the car, man. The heat race, he come out, or hot laps, he spun out, and then the heat race, I think he spun out, and come back from the back. But man, the feature, he figured it out. The feature, and that thing was rolling. So it was good to see some of them guys come back out.
He went down and talked to his old buddy Lee Hobbs. Hey, Lee.
I think he does have a Hobbs car now.
Yeah. I think I did. Now that you said that, I think I seen a picture of it a few weeks ago. Yeah. I think. Hey, come! What the hell are you guys doing nowadays?
But he got it all lined out, so he's good. So I mean that super stock racing is pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's one of those things. So overall the trip was good, Bloomington.
Yeah, it was great. They did have the mini sprints there. I'm not sure which. I cannot remember which division mini sprints it was, but
it was the MMSA. 1200 cc.
Yeah, they was good, and they had major melee on the first lap and had to get a couple of ambulances there and everything to check people out, but everybody was okay, so that was a good thing. But I didn't actually, after they did that, I kind of went on down and got. I was going to sleep in the car that night, so we went down and got that ready.
Yeah. So and then Saturday night we made our way. Actually, Flash made his way to Brownstown, and then I was able to get there right at heat race time. So,
Yeah.
well, actually, no.
No, use our hot laps.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I made hot laps. This week's DO Handyman Remodeling Crash of the Week goes to Brad Kemp, for some reason. And JT said it's his fault because he's been giving Brad shit about not running the top.
Yeah.
Well, Brad ran the top, and the top ran Brad.
Yeah.
I seen the video. I didn't see the wreck.
Yeah.
I was standing at the gate, and Philip Boudreaux comes by and goes, "Hey, I'm glad you're here." And I was just half-ass joking with him. I said, "I'm not working on your shit tonight." He said, "It ain't my shit you got to work on. Brad's upside down on the racetrack right now."
Yeah.
I said, "What?" And then Flash calls me and goes, "Hey, how close are you?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm standing at the gate, just walked in." He goes, "All right, well, meet me back at the trailer."
Yeah.
I was like, damn. So our DO Handyman Remodeling Crash of the Week, Brad Kemp sent her around, got a little spin cycle.
Yeah.
And then when he did, he went over the bank, and the left rear pogoed him like a sprint car. All 5,000 pounds of the car, upside down. So luckily he didn't tear up too much stuff.
Nah, we had back on in half hour. Wasn't no big deal.
Wasn't no biggie. But I think from the wreck, he may have twisted the left rear controlling arm that was maybe a little bit overlooked. Maybe we should have got that going in 35 minutes instead of 30.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like anything was bent and tore up on the left rear, but he ripped the control arm mount out. So needless to say, actually, I think the bolt broke.
I think the bolt just
I think
broke,
the bolt broke, And the way the car spun around on the left rear, it's a very good possibility the bolt was broke.
Yeah.
And then when he ran his heat race, he was talking about a feel that he had in the car. And it's a good possibility it was the bolt that was broke.
It was already.
It was breaking, and then it broke on lap 5 of the feature.
Yeah, which he did. He did make it out and run from 6th to 3rd in the heat, so that was good.
Yeah,
big feature anyway.
Yeah, so that was a good deal. But I'm glad B-Rad was okay.
Oh yeah.
And then Super Late model action. They had 37 Super Late models. And Joseph Joyner and Jason Jamison, as we just talked shit about a long race.
Yeah.
We did have some lead changes late in the race, so that was good. Jamison and Adam Stricker went at it for a bunch of laps, 15, 18 laps or so.
Yep.
And then Joyner started 5th, I think. Started 5th or 6th. And then once he got up there, Trevor Landrum, first off, hats off to Trevor Landrum.
Yeah.
Trevor Landrum and
big shout out to him.
Yeah, because he was holding his own with the big boys. And a lot of people don't know this, but he's got a smaller engine. It's he's there's modifieds out there making more horsepower in his late model. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
But Trevor Landrum, drove a hell of a 20 laps.
Yeah.
But learned a little something about racecraft. About sliding your tires and getting your stuff hot when you don't really have to sometimes.
Right, yeah.
But I get it, man. If I'm out front, $10,000 win race, I'm going balls to the wall as much as I can too.
Yeah.
Especially if I know that Jason Jamison and Adam Stricker are behind me, and Jamison's done shown me his nose 9 times.
Yeah.
I'm probably actually he did a lot better. I probably would have wrecked.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a late model feature was really good, but Joyner just found something on the bottom and just those guys, they've got their stuff right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, they really do. So
those last 6 laps from that last caution, they were good.
Yeah, it was good. Him and Jamison went side by side for the final 6 laps.
Yeah.
I think Joyner said he ran the soft tires all night. They didn't change anything, so I think they were on 3s. I'm pretty sure Jamison was on a 3 too. Just the way that the car reacted after about 5 or 6 laps of running. Yeah, I think Jamison was on 3, but it was a good race. And this week's Speed Decals slot of the week is going to go to Hunt the Front's Joseph Joyner and their double down win this weekend.
Yeah,
so
they swept the weekend.
Yeah, swept the weekend.
Northern Allstars.
And then the Northern
one other thing I was going to say about that, which is what we always do. Like we was talking about Brad getting upside down.
Yeah.
Brad's got shirts now, so if anybody needs to buy some shirts, he could probably use a little help.
Yeah. JT's
JT's got shirts too, though, so you get some. because they're all kind of like team cars. So
Well, here's the thing. They're going to need at least $1,200 in sheet metal.
yeah.
So, that's if they don't wrap it. So,
Yeah.
because just about every corner of the car is tore up.
Yeah.
Only time I've ever seen a car flip, though, not tear the spoiler up.
Yeah, no, I was going to tell him that last night, too, when I was out there. I was like, man, at least you didn't tear the spoiler up. So
Yeah,
that's good.
so that's good.
Yeah.
And in the Northern Allstar Modifieds, Ryan Thomas put on a Brownstown clinic, just rolling the middle, and just absolutely making speed through the center of the racetrack. Northern Allstar Modified heat races were all pretty good, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were racing all over the racetrack. And like I said, Jordan Weaver came in second, had a shot at Thomas, on a final restart with like 2 to go, and could have muscled him up a little bit because Thomas left the door open.
Yeah.
And Weaver didn't. And shout out to Justin Clark.
Yeah.
Run third. Very limited modified driver. Coming from the sprint car world. And something that Flash and I talked about last night. When you say, well, yeah, but he's stepping down in a modified. Yeah, but those cars drive so different. If you get tight in a sprint car, you can gas it up and get out. You get tight in a modified, you gas it up, you're running into the wall.
Yeah.
Well, not last night.
Not there, but
yeah, because
They
still don't have a wall.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on that. I'm writing a letter to the fair board.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna try to get hold of Nancy at the fair board.
we need to get a petition.
Yeah. But so that's what went on this weekend. And then real quick, our Bandit Race Cars question of the week comes from Mike from Nichols, Missouri. He said, we are losing racetracks at a high rate right now. What is the reasoning? It cannot be cost because some racetracks are thriving. It can't just simply be racing is too expensive in his eyes. So what are the reasons? Mike, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because we try to be as positive as we can.
Yeah.
Some facilities are shithole. Some shows that are put out are very lackluster product.
Yeah.
And money is tight right now. And people aren't going to spend money doing something they don't want to do.
This is entertainment.
Yes.
If it's not entertaining, people are not going to spend the money just to go sit in the bleachers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
It's not like it used to. There's so many other options.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many options. And most people, now Kurt's an exception, but most people that like auto racing like sports.
Right. Yeah.
They just do. There's so much youth, middle school, high school, travel ball, baseball, basketball that goes on all summer, swimming, cheer. They have kids and stuff. And if you got a family of 4 and you go to the racetrack, cost is still going to be an issue. But if you got a family of 4 and you go to Brownstown, you went to Brownstown last night. It was $30 general admission to get in the stands.
Yeah.
I think kids were $15. Well, let's just say you have 2 teenagers. So, $30 a piece. That's $120 to get in the gate.
Yeah.
So if you go to this event and you do not have fun, your kids are not enjoying it, you're not coming back because you're $200 in if you live in Brownstown.
Yeah.
Let's just say you're coming from Edinburgh, Seymour.
Yeah.
You got $25 in fuel. Everybody's got to eat at the racetrack.
Yeah.
And the chili cheese dog is excellent. It's $5.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean, so it's just the cost has so much to do with it that everybody wants to just blame streaming and the cost of racing and just put it at that. But it's much deeper than that. If people aren't having a good time at your place, they're not going to come out. I really don't want to. I really don't want to say this because I'm going to sound like a jaded smartass. But let's take a place where Kurt and I grew up, the Sports Dome Speedway. Every week when it was packed when we were kids, the fields were full. The racing was great.
Yeah.
Now you go to a Saturday night show, it's a combination of things. I think the cars are, first off, the cars are obsolete.
Yeah.
There needs to be some things done to make the division stronger. Now the Ford's division is strong. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you got 6 sportsman cars, 12 figure 8 cars. You're not going to put people's asses in seats. And then just take this week, you have a night of destruction with school bus figure 8 racing, boat trailer races.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining. So it puts asses in seats.
Yeah.
It's not, it's just totally different. And like this weekend, Brownstown had a good crowd. I mean, it wasn't great,
Right.
but it was good.
But
the pits are the same way. I mean,
and like Bloomington too, it goes kind of regional because like Bloomington, normally that place is packed every night if it's just a regular sprint car show, and this weekend it was probably maybe a little over half what it normally has, just because it was late models and that never raced there. But I mean, like you're talking about Sportstrom, even if they only have so many cars, you're going to get your real race fans, but your people that are just looking for entertainment that night,
they're not going to come. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, you've gotta bring value to your sport. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I went to the micro sprint event on Friday night. It was not packed, but everybody there were race fans. I mean, they knew who was who and who was coming and, who drove for who in the Carolinas.
Right.
Because they pay attention to the sport and they want to watch the kids progress.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that your event has to bring value. Yeah. It just has to. And, and I'm not a big fan of sideshow shit. I'm not. I'm not going to a school bus race. That's just not the boat trailer, the demolition derby. I've been to the real one that started it. Yeah. The Crasherama at Orlando Speed World. Right. It's entertaining. Once. Yeah. Second, third, fourth, fifth. No, I'm good. Give me an outlaw kart race in a barn somewhere. Yeah. Where dudes are throwing haymakers on each other. That's me. Yeah. But that's not your average fan that comes to the racetrack. So that's why you got to have.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get
you got to get the average people. Yeah. The diehard people are coming no matter what. Right. Like if
you got to get people there to see a good race, and if the racing's good, put on a good product, then they're going to come back.
Yeah. That's the thing. So I hope that answers your question, Mike. So if you got a couple tracks in your area shutting down, it's a good possibility that I hate to say this because I'm on the other side of it now, but a lot of times the promoters are usually the damn problem. Yeah. Usually. Yeah. So, but all right, we're gonna get off here and listen to Jakeb Boxell. Super cool kid, man.
Oh yeah.
Kid that actually works on his own shit. Good, bad, and indifferent. And gets the blessing of Matt Westfall. And I kind of forgot to say this, but Westfall may or may not have popped Ricky Lewis in the head yesterday. Oh yeah. So just knowing Matt Westfall, the story I heard, it probably true. Yeah. But this week's Trading Sliders Deep Dive out of Indiana, Ohio, back to Indiana, and Indy, Ohioan or something. I don't know what that word is up there. Yeah. But Jakeb Boxell. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This week's Trading Sliders Deep Dive. I've got a couple hometowns I'm going to screw up right off the get-go. Everybody that follows along, try to keep up with this. So we're out of Zanesville, Indiana, currently living in Pleasant Hill, Ohio. Midget standout. I guess we could call you a sprint car expert now. You've got 4 of them under your belt. But Jakeb Boxell, all right, first off, your mom, when she named you, or dad, whoever it was, did they decide they was going to leave some letters out of your name? I mean, that I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell Jakeb.
I know, I joke about it all the time. You got to go draw in and stuff at like local tracks, and they use my race pass, and every time I go there, I got to be like, yeah, it's not spelled right, and I got to spell my first and last name for it.
Well, when I first seen that, I thought, whoever's doing his PR, man, and now that I know it's you, I'm like, whoever's running his racing page, he misspelled the poor kid's name. I mean, like, what the hell? Right off the bat. So 20-year-old, going full-time midget racing this year on the USAC national scene, so that's pretty cool. Right off the bat, you've
you've done some regional midgets, you've done some power eye, you've done just about everything in what we call small car, because now you're in a big car. And we're going to talk about what you've done in it too, because it's pretty. Honestly, all jokes aside, it's really astonishing. Um, I tease you because you went viral last week with your with your Eldora debut. But I mean, you s- 4 races. You've got 2 top 5s at a tough Putmanville, and a real tough. It wasn't a boss. It was the. Oh, it was the boss. Wasn't it? Yeah, the boss race up in Michigan. And then you made 2 USAC races. So I mean, all the shit that I give you about tearing up equipment and being on your lid, it's actually been a pretty good start to the 410 stuff, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm definitely thankful for Matt and his dad and their whole family and all of our partners that are sticking it out with me. And it's cool to see all the people that helped Matt out while he was racing come back on board with me just because they got the trust in Matt and Matt has faith in me to be able to do this. So yeah, like you were saying, we had some pretty good runs the first weekend in the car. We were fast at Eldora until we weren't.
Well, that's a lot of people's story. Okay.
Yeah, we were pretty good there, and then tonight at Circle City, I mean, we went forward, we didn't go backwards, but we didn't go forward quite a bit. But you look at the names that finished a few spots in front of me. I think Stocking was there, and uh, KT and Baloo. So I felt like everybody uh, played pretty static there. So I think our speed's there. It's definitely cool having Matt work on the car, now that I live with him. So, yeah, I feel like I definitely got the best thing going that I've ever had in my career, and I'm definitely grateful for it.
So coming from the midgets, you've small car, big momentum base. You actually just like a midget, you got to drive the hell out of it. I mean, you can make up so much ground. Do you find yourself kind of tossing the sprint car around instead of not being, you know, I'm not saying that you're not smooth, but the driving styles are so different, and you're so new to the sprint car. How do you teach yourself, like especially at Eldora? How do I not bind this thing up? How do I keep it straight? Because with the midget, it's the exact opposite. You want to throw that thing around.
Yeah, it goes back to with Matt with being a teacher. He's done this for a while, so he really helps me in my racecraft tremendously in my learning curve. So I think maybe I'm not getting the sprint car bent enough. So it's pretty hard the learning difference. I like them both a lot, but I think the sprint car is a lot more technical. Like you said, the midgets you're kind of just wide open, and like you said, you can make speed. But the sprint car you could do a bunch of different stuff and make speed up too. So just trying to get seat time every time we're out there.
Well, that's one thing in Matt Westfall. He was the epitome of regional racer that competed national. He was a guy that come to Indiana and cut his teeth on these same bull rings that you're doing. He's the same thing you're doing now. He did 20 years ago. I mean, it was one of those things that when you're with Four Kings Racing and you got KTJ as a teammate in a midget, and you got Matt Westfall molding you as a sprint car racer. And that's 2 pretty good teachers. That's a golden opportunity. Even though I know Westfall and KTJ, they're not. I mean, you do a lot of this work. They're not just going to let you sit around and figure it out. I mean, you are a little workhorse there as we come in here, and I can tell you've been working all night on the race car. But as far as teachers, you can't really ask for anything better, can you?
No, it's definitely I think the most ideal thing anybody could have in their book. I don't joke around with Matt as much as I do with KT. You could go up to him. He's an old midget racer, and he don't like the talks of that. So yeah, I like to give him a lot of shit. Matt not so much because yeah, I live with him, so I got to make sure I got my spot there and everything still. So yeah, I got it. But I don't worry. I give him a lot of crap at the shop too. But
Well, here's the thing though. I mean, KT, he's about your size, so you'd be okay. Matt will pick you up, break you in half. So I mean, you better know your place in the shit giving.
that's for sure. But I better say this in case KT's listening. If we get into a wrestling match, I probably would still lose that too. We did a foot race, and I thought I could beat him, and I got absolutely whacked. So I'll give him that one. I'll give
Yeah,
him that
well,
one. But we'll bounce back. He won't win them all.
well, no, that's the competitor in you. So this year you're going full time on the national midget scale. So how much forward are we looking at that? Right out of the gate, you got quick time at Kokomo. So that's pretty cool for the Grand Prix. So with you being more comfortable in the midget, and we don't know how many sprint car races we're going to do. It may be 4, it may be 40 by the time the year's up. We don't really know. But with the midget plans this season, what is the goal? Because I know knowing you're gonna say I'm winning the championship, but what is the goal? Because you're going to a lot of places you haven't even been to yet.
Right, and I definitely got to give a lot of credit and a big thank you to Rex and Fred for allowing me to be able to run full time for Kings Racing in the midget side. And yeah, I feel like that's definitely pretty cool. Matt put a lot into that by pushing me to get a couple races, and we showed we had speed and stuff. So Rex and Fred were allowing, and we were able to run 2 cars full time. So it's really cool for them to be able to have 2 cars out there. And we left Kokomo second, fourth in points. So hopefully we can keep our number up there. And the main goal is we're just trying to work on consistency, and hopefully we could pick off a few wins in between that.
Well, so this year, are you going to do? Is it strictly USAC? Are you guys going to catch some fire out stuff too? I mean, because I know when when you put when the schedules come out, everybody's wanting to do everything, but realistically, we know that's not doable. So, is it everything's going in the USAC bucket first, and then if we can sprinkle some other stuff around, great. Or
Yeah, I think the biggest thing now, we dabbled power at the beginning of the races, Four Kings, and then bought us new cars, so we wanted to go shake them down before the USAC season. So we went out to Oklahoma and we ran good there. With me and KT ran pretty solid there, and just shaking down them. And um, like you said, time really is hard to allow to go dabble up that stuff now that we're running 2 full time on the USAC deal, and now we got the sprint car thing. We're gonna put that ahead of whatever else we do. But if the bosses want us to go run the midget somewhere, I'm sure we'll go do that. But it's just wherever the schedule allows. Like I said earlier, we go race by race with the sprint car. So if the midget guys want to go race, I'm sure it'll be pushing the corner and we'll go racing then.
so you don't care which one you fire off in, as long as you're firing off in something, huh?
I don't care whatever I'm in. I just really like to race. So whatever it is, it's cool with me.
So you did some Midwest Thunder midget racing. Think you said you think you got the most second place finishes in the history of the series. So we'll go with consistency. That's consistent. But how much fun is it running the sprint car?
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people that do this as a hobby, and we're in the stages of just learning and finding out this new skill. But there's not a lot of young guys doing it, I think, anymore. So it's not really much of a hobby here. I want to make this my living and kind of like the bigger names and be able to do this for a while.
And with Matt, he, like you said, he's your mentor. He's your teacher. But in the same token, you guys have got a bond. You guys have got to mode to make this work. So how hard is he on you? One, and two, uh, can he go from teacher to crew chief back to teacher, or because it comes so second nature to him, as he's just like, does he expect you to know, or is he very patient with you?
He's very patient, and I've learned a lot of knowledge from him and his dad, Phil. It's pretty cool to be able to work on the race cars and build them in the shop from ground up, and them too having faith in me on doing stuff right after the way they've taught me. I probably lived with Matt for 2.5 years, and I would say as soon as I started, it had probably been a lot of double checking, but now it's the trust factor's been there. So it's pretty cool to have them be able to rely on me, and then like Matt, like you were talking about crew chief to teacher. Well, I feel like you could put them two together in the same category, because most of the time when we're talking about setup stuff, it's helping me learn as well on why we're doing this, or what we could do to fix this. So I feel like Matt's having a lot of fun not being in the car, but definitely um, playing the crew chief role that he has going on to help me pursue my career.
Okay, who does the tires? Because that's the non-fun job.
I do the tires.
Okay, well,
I actually got to go and pick up midget tires tomorrow, so I got to groove all of our tires for
for
midget week.
midget week, well, yeah, that's funny.
So there's about 40 tires there.
Yeah.
Plus, I do all the sprint cars. I groove them, I grind them, and wash them. Sometimes I don't wash them the best, so I gotta go over and do them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I don't mind doing tires until we get these big bunches. I'm sure it'll be fun late nights in the shop grooving.
Well, the positive thing is, we don't got to put a clip on this thing this week, so that's a plus because we could not say the same last week. It was a long week to get here tonight, wasn't it?
It was a long week, and I definitely got to put my big thanks to Matt because he was a very big role in helping us get us back out here, and of course all of our partners on the side of the car. We crashed Friday. We kind of watched. We were camping there, so we watched Saturday night at Eldora, and we had an early Sunday evaluating the car, and we are like, yeah, it's pretty much junk. So later that day, we ended up going and picking up another frame, and Monday was a long day. Matt did a lot of stuff Monday to the car. He made lower panels, and I went into Indy and picked up a bunch of parts for us. And
A bunch of parts because you tore up basically everything.
yeah, I mean, when you crash there, it's never little, so it basically did get everything. But yeah, it was about 2.5 to 3 days on getting this back built, which just as a family local team, that's pretty impressive, and I'm very grateful for that.
So what we're talking about, your big wreck at Eldora, you made, and the thing is, I was trying to get him on before the wreck. I was trying to get because I didn't know you was going to Eldora, or I would have got you on the week before, and we could have pumped you up. I didn't know you were going to Eldora. But you had the wreck at Eldora, and big one up in the catch fence, 1 and 2. Um, and you said you told me it was before we got started. Like I learned a valuable lesson, because you talked about you got to enter the car straight, but you got to bind it up some. And when you're entering on the right front of the door and it's got a curve, especially in 1 and 2, you got to watch the wall there, don't you?
Well, I think we found that one out pretty hard. So yeah, I mean it's cool. I think we're gonna hit a local show up there next month. I think it's June 16th for the Jack Hewitt Classic. So we're just gonna try to get out there and get past that part. So if we make it through 1 and 2, it would be better progress. But just going back to Eldora after the flip before the fork on when the midgets and stuff go there is gonna be huge just to get through the curve. But like any race car driver, it don't matter where you're at. If you take a big lick like that, you just got to get back and go again.
Well, here's the thing, giving you a hard time and stuff, but all jokes aside, you know, you've attempted 2 USAC national events, one Eldora. Mark that as a success. I know we tore everything up, but you made the show right out of the gate, so that's a success. And then you come here tonight, almost 40 cars, at one of the toughest regional racetracks there is with the dust, the lighting, the banking, especially the night monster curve, and you made the show. So that's got to be pretty satisfying. It's like, hey, I can run with these guys that do it for a living. Now I got to work on my racecraft. But as far as talent wise, you can do this.
Yeah, it's cool to know that we made both USAC starts we've had, and we've had speed in both of them. So it's just on me now and learning my crafts and being able to compete with the boys up front. But I'm sure with Matt and all of our partners and everything that give it time, we'll be up there.
Well, okay. So what I know we say we take it day by day. But what's the plan this year as far as sprint car wise? Is it to just make laps, compete on a local level, do some Midwest Thunder stuff. Obviously, I'm sure when Sprint Week comes here, you're going to be chomping at the bit. So, Matt, let's go do the whole Sprint Week. So what exactly, what realistically, what do you want to do if, equipment and everything is not an option right now? Just realistically, with your plate with the USAC, with the National Midget stuff, realistically, what's the goal for the year?
We've kind of talked about it a little bit. We're gonna hit a few more local shows up. I think. I don't know if we'll get anything in Saturday, but maybe. But after that, we're just gonna hit a couple Ohio and Indiana tracks, and then I feel like anymore in the racing world, to be the best, you have to race against the best. So me and Matt actually already talked about running Sprint Week. So we're gonna try to do that, like you said, as long as all of our lines line up, and then after that, we got the SmackDown. So yeah, we're gonna hit up some pretty big races. It's kind of really not settled in yet about what it's going to be, but yeah, I'm definitely blessed to be able to have that kind of talk, and goes back to the trust and faith Matt has on me as being a race car driver.
And one thing what a lot of people out in the country don't understand about non-wing sprint car racing is a local show at Bloomington on a Friday night. It's not like it's Cupcake City. I mean, it is tough. It's the same guys you're racing with right now, especially if USAC is off that week. A local show is just it's just a USAC race. It's not because I mean, guys, you talking about want to do it for a living. Well, that's what they do. They race for a living. So it doesn't matter if the race pays 4,000 or 10,000. You still race to put food on the table. And racing in the state of Indiana is tough. It's really tough, especially Putmanville, Kokomo, Bloomington. I mean, all these places is so they get so technical. Even on a local show, you come here to Circle City, it's still gonna have that same 20-inch curb out there. So it don't beat yourself up because it's a local show. I'm supposed to do better. Local shows ain't no cupcakes either.
Definitely not. That's like you see most of the California guys, like two of them right now is Ricky Lewis and David Gasper. They come from California. They ran TRA for a while, and then they come here because if you want to be a non-wing sprint car driver, you have to live in Indiana and travel with the USAC guys. So, yeah, it don't matter, like you said, if USAC's there or not. If you're racing in Indiana, it's the hardest thing you could do.
It's the hardest thing you can do, and and that's what I love about the Hoosier State here. That's what I really love about young kids like you. We talk about the future of our sport, and you and even like the 305 guys like Dylan Baldwin. There's a bunch of young kids right now that are the future of our sport, and they run these. Jesus, somebody is on like if you was on, you would have qualified better if you left if you had left the lineup chute like they just left the race track.
That's for sure.
But the future of our sport is really good with our young crop of kids, especially here in Indiana. You talk about Ricky Lewis and David Gasper. Gasper is a kid that I've watched for a couple years now, and I told Kurt earlier out there, I said he's going to be winning races in the state this year before the year's up. Just the way he runs the curb, you can just tell that there's a lot of, I know it's a lot of youth, but there's a lot of experience at bouncing through the hose at Tulare and stuff. So, Gasper is a kid that's I think he's gonna make some big names for himself, and along with you too. Don't cut yourself shy because car control in a midget and car control in a sprint car is two different things. But in the midget, you're well above your age. You can you don't really put yourself in a bad spot in the midget. In a sprint car, everybody's in a bad spot. You're just holding on and hoping for the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's for sure. Like I was telling Matt, and we joke around a lot about it. I mean, like I said, fourth front car start, fourth 410 start, and he's asking me about cranking knobs and shock cables. I'm like, Matt, I'm just truly holding on. I'm scared to pull my hand off and take a tear off, So it comes with time, like you say. But yeah, we definitely are turning them knobs under yellow.
Yeah, Matt's like, you put something in the right rear. You're like, what? Is the right rear still on? Hell, I don't even know what's going on. I just did a wheelie down the whole damn straightaway. I just shit myself. You want me to crank a couple of rounds in the right rear?
Oh, yeah.
And, and Matt's been doing it so long, he can just, that and the Jacob's ladder behind him, always making a lap. And hell, you're just trying to make the damn lap.
I'm just trying to go from turn 2 to turn 3, Matt.
Yeah, I just want to go straight. Yeah, like Matt's putting a lot of faith in you, and you're like, look, dude, I'm just doing my best to keep this damn thing on all fours.
That's right. We had 2 goals here after Eldora. One of them was to make the show, and the other one was loaded in a trailer on all 4 tires. So we were able to do that tonight, and that's good progress for our team.
Well, if you can drive it back to the trailer, especially in a handful of sprint car starts that you have, that's a success. That is a success. But yeah, and one thing I want to ask you, with the midget racing gets kind of a bad rap because, guys throw massive haymakers on each other, big bombs. But to an extent, that's what makes it so exciting. For a kid that's run midgets for the last 3 or 4 years, do you feel that's as aggressive as everybody makes it out to be? Because when I sit back and watch, it's really not that aggressive. I mean, it's no different than a sprint car or late model, modified, anything.
I think anymore, if you want to watch a good race, I think you have to go to a midget race. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not really a big fan on wing cars, but non-wing cars, you get good races and stuff. But it don't matter if you're running top 3 or top 10 in a midget race. There is going to be a battle somewhere on the racetrack, and I think it's gotten a lot better over the years about the aggressiveness, but I think that's what makes it part of what midget racing is. Yeah,
Mm,
we're in little cars like you say, so
yeah.
we're gonna be on the gas and back to the hanging on thing. It's not as bad as these things, but we're just trying to go to the front, and if it is what it is, I guess. Not in a bad way. You know, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't really know what the word to
Yeah.
say. But yeah, I definitely don't think midget racing is as aggressive as people say. But I think it races like it is.
Well, and the reason why too is and because when like tonight when the Midwest Thunder midget, when it gets a curb like it does, the car's so light when you hit it. The front end bounces around, so you bounce off the cushion and you turn down. The guy slides up. It looks like the guy's feeding him right rear. A lot of times, the guy on the outside's feeding himself the right rear with his left front more than that guy's feeding feeding him a right rear.
I think that's the hardest thing anymore. It don't matter if you're in a midget or a sprint car is um racing deals. People don't understand that racing deals still happen. You're gonna collide. Everyone wants to have a bad guy in this and that, but there's situations where nobody's in the wrong, and nobody wants to admit that, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really know. Like you say, the dude ran him over, but the dude slid up from the bottom and had no clue.
Yeah.
He messed up on the curb and ran down. So yeah, anymore I feel like people get a little ahead of themselves before they see a replay.
Well, and here's the thing, that all goes back to the Chili Bowl because everything is so give, give, give. There's no give and take in that building, and people just think that's midget racing year round, and it's not. Um, I mean, sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it is, but for the most part, it's not. It's you can, especially on a quarter mile, a midget on a 5th mile, quarter mile, like Port City. Like a midget at Port City Raceway, I don't know. I don't really think there's better racing anywhere in the country, really. It's one of those places that absolutely produces. What's your style track? What do you prefer? You want it slick or you want it a big curb or
I don't really know. I like a cushion, but if you ask Matt, I was probably
you wasn't really on the cushion
we
tonight?
weren't on the cushion
No,
tonight,
you weren't on the
but
cushion tonight.
we're trying to evaluate and everything. But I like a cushion, but I don't like a 20-foot cushion. What we had tonight is that's not me. But I like it slick and technical around the bottom, kind of how it was tonight. But
You
yeah,
want something to lean on, but you don't want a second wall out there.
yeah, I exactly kind of like a Putnamville. I mean, it's always kind of got a bottom. Cottle makes it work. It worked there 2 weeks ago for him, but you still had your guys pounding the cushion. That's not really big, but it's still out there.
Oh, well, that's because like tonight, I could tell you weren't real comfortable entering. I was watching you, and you wasn't real comfortable entering on the cushion. But once you backed up into it, you was good. But I could just tell entering the cushion. I don't know if it was the car being bigger, the right rear tire being bigger, the way it sets in the corner. You just kind of look like you've kind of tiptoed to the cushion, and then once you got in the cushion, you was good.
Yeah, it's kind of just the feel of getting to the ledge. It's hard to enter on something that's not there, and then all of a sudden you have something there. So, yeah, I feel comfortable as soon as I get to it. My problem is just being on it and getting to it sooner. So,
Well, and with the sprint car too, when you back it into the cushion, you got such a big right rear to lean on. You're not used to that. You're used to in the midget, you back in the cushion, you stand it up on the tail, and you go, inverted flip. So, I get where it can be an issue. So. We appreciate you coming on and giving us a little breakdown difference because we're following along with your career. Big fan here. I think the two things. Like I said, I love your car control. I love your candidness about, hey, man, I'm just doing the best I can do. But who helps make this possible? Who helps get up and down the road? And we're looking forward to USAC national. I mean, we're top 5 in the national points right now. I mean. You're good if the season ends right now, right? I mean, rookie of the year, top 5 national points. Let's do the damn thing.
yeah, we're not able to go for rookie of the year, which stinks.
Hold on, you should be eligible for rookie of the year.
But we ran too many races. But if you could name me who was rookie of the year 3 years ago, I'd be impressed. But yeah, I definitely got to thank Matt, Phil, their entire family, Four Kings Racing, Acroseal Metalloid, and Gas and Family, Tilton Trucking, Kyle Heitmeyer, and all of our other great partners we have on the side of this car. Like I said, a lot of our partners helped us to get this car here within 3 days.
And trust me, he's going to run as hard as he can. So if you want to sponsor a team, reach out. Okay, Matt will thank you dearly because he is going to the front. He's the only person I know that born and raised in the state of Indiana, moves to Ohio to race in Indiana. So we have to talk to him about that. That just sounds a little backwards to me. But name's not really spelled correctly, but we want to keep up with him. Follow him on his social medias. Jakeb Boxell Racing. We appreciate you coming on. Thanks for coming on the Trader Stars podcast, man.
I appreciate you having me. It was a good time.
Thank you.
All right, Flash. That was Jakeb Boxell. Man, just super cool kid. Really funny. Like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just holding on to this thing.
Yeah.
He said, my favorite part of the interview was he said, yeah, well, Westfall's telling me to crank some in the right rear, and I'm telling him, I'm showing him back. I'm like, I got both hands on the wheel, man. I don't know if this son of a bitch is going to go right, left, straight. I'm just trying to hold on. But we talked about him getting nearly world famous for tearing down the catch fins at Eldora.
Yeah.
So, Matt, I love you, and we're going to do our show together. Like you said, we need to get together. Yeah, we do. But I'll tell you one thing. You guys are going to have to start getting some jig work. Because you got to start doing some jig work there at the Westfall Racing Compound. Because I think Jakeb's going to be an excellent race car driver. The kid is very, very smooth. But the learning curve in a sprint car is going... And... I'll be honest, Matt's not really doing him any favors. He's taking him to Eldora, taking him to the USAC show. I mean, figure it out, kid.
Yeah.
But what better way to learn than just be baptized by fire?
Oh, yeah.
So, looking forward to keeping up with Jakeb's progression because he's a hell of again, a midget. That kid was really good. I mean, really, really good.
Yeah.
And he shows brightness in the sprint car. I mean, right out the gate. Run a couple top 5 races, and it's made every show but one that he's been to. And in every show that he's been to has been major car counts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, major car counts.
Exactly.
Like one night there was 60-something cars. I mean,
It's crazy.
So he's doing really well. So we're gonna get into this week's upcoming events. We're gonna start off with our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering, and that will be Friday and Saturday night. The Cars and Stars of the USAC National Sprint Car Series make their way to Red Hill Raceway in Sumter, Illinois. Racetrack that, to be honest, quite frankly, kind of sucked years ago, and it's turned into a very, very raceable racetrack. Super nice racetrack. Facility is excellent. Nice, clean bathrooms. And if you got your pen and paper out, go ahead and write down the information on the track report right now, so we know for future references.
Yeah.
But very nice facility, nice clean bathrooms, high big bleachers. So even if they have a massive crowd, you're good. You've got room to sit around. One thing I really like, the bleachers are really close to the racetrack. Like it's almost got the sports drone vibe, but way bigger. Where you're walking down the metal of the bleachers on the front stretch, same way, and the race cars are coming right against the wall.
Yeah.
At Red Hill. Facility, the pits are nice and big. It's a big 3/8 of a mile, but sprint cars race really, really good there. Up on the fence, major sliders. It's one of those places where the sun sets in 1 and 2, most of the day.
Yeah.
So 3 and 4 is hammer down. 1 and 2 gets a little tiptoey.
Yeah.
So they go out and they water just 1 and 2 like a couple times throughout the night. Leave 3 and 4 alone. They've got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It took them a while to figure it out.
Yeah.
When it opened back up, but they do have it figured out, and really, really good cheeseburgers at the racetrack. They cook them on the grill, and it's 1-to-1 where old lady Margaret, pats the patties out and puts it on the grill. Yeah. You're not getting no frozen burgers. So but yeah, it's a good trip there. 3/8 of a mile, speed plant, just kind of in the middle of nowhere, right up there, not too far from the Princeton, Indiana area. So
I can't believe I've never been there yet.
Yeah, it's badass, man. It's good. It's really good. So, hell, we might make a trip there this weekend.
Yeah,
we got an off weekend.
Yep.
So that's Friday and Saturday, and then this week the big one, the Dirt Late Model Dream at Eldora, starts Wednesday with Flow Racing Night in America. Flash, I remember when we go to the Dream in the World 100, and the preliminary night was qualifying.
Yeah.
And then the non-qualifiers feature, so nobody made any money. Not the case this week. Wednesday night, $20,000 to win, Flow Racing Night in America.
Yeah.
Thursday night, $30,000 to win, preliminary night. Friday night, $30,000 win preliminary night. Saturday night, $100,000 to win dirt late model dream.
Yeah, you can make some money this weekend.
You can definitely make some money this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that for the racing and fan aspect of it, let's get that sumbitch juiced up early and make them earn it. Let's not have the slow slick door, okay?
Yeah.
Let's make them earn it a little bit this week. You're paying good money, so if they bitch about it being rough on the cushion, so be it. I mean, you have a chance to win. Let's see here, $180,000 in 3 days, and everybody bitching about diesel fuel. Your shit ain't got to leave the racetrack.
Right.
It's going to be parked in the same spot.
Yep.
So looking forward to this week's Dirt Late Model Dream. If you want to sit at home this week and watch stuff all week and then go to the racetrack on the weekend, it's a very good week to do it, because not only that, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, also on Froll Racing, High Limit has the midweek Money Series, their own little speed week.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Tomorrow night, Monday, or tonight, whenever you're listening to this, Davenport, Iowa, High Limit Sprint Cars there on the quarter mile. It's going to be badass.
Yeah, that'd be
And
good.
then Red Cedar Raceway in Wisconsin is a badass little racetrack. And they are there Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, they're at I can't say this word. Chase is going to make fun of me. Grondick Law. I don't know.
Yeah.
The other racetrack in Wisconsin that never runs sprint cars, that race is pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's where they'll be at. And then locally, regionally wise, here in Indiana this weekend, Bloomington Speedway has 410 non-wing sprint cars, the Huntley 305 Race Saver sprint cars,
Yeah, that's a good division.
Super Stocks, and the All-Star TQ midgets. So Bloomington Friday night is going to be pretty enticing.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the best of the best up there on that.
Yep.
And then Saturday night, Lincoln Park, there'll probably be another 300,000 410 non-wing sprint cars at Lincoln Park Saturday, because they are just pulling in race cars from left and right. And I know the whole world's going to be watching the Dirt Late Model Dream. But if you're a fan of pro late model racing or 604 late model, crate late model, however you want to look at it, two really good ones. Friday night, they tackle the Bad Fast Tazewell Speedway, the Rogers Dad Performance Crate Racing USA 604 Travel Series.
Yeah.
Friday night, Tazewell Speedway, $3,000 to win. Then they make the short drive Saturday. And if this one is anything like our event was a few weeks ago, Saturday night, sleeper event of the weekend, the Thunder Mountain Raceway, $5,000 to win, Rogers Dad Performance, Crate Racing USA.
Right.
I would say, go out on a limb and say there's a possibility there's going to be 40 crate cars there.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody in East Tennessee is closed down for the Dirt Late Model Dream.
Right.
Everybody in Kentucky is closed down for the Dirt Late Model Dream. So there is going to be a ton of crate cars sitting around with no place to go and a badass little racetrack if they want to go to it.
Yep.
So that's what's going on this week. You got anything else, Flash?
No, I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything this week.
Yeah, I think we covered what we could.
There's plenty of racing going on this week.
Yeah.
I mean, almost every night of the week. So
Almost every night. Oh,
yeah.
actually, there is something going on every night of the week
Yeah.
because didn't even put it on here, but Monday we got High Limit. Tuesday, you've got Millbridge.
yeah.
Wednesday, you've got High Limit and Dirt Late Model Dream. Thursday, you got High Limit and Dirt Late Model Dream.
Yeah.
Friday, you've got shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Saturday, you've got shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and just in case anybody wants to know, the following week, you have the Kentucky Speed Week starting that week, and just a little something starting on Tuesday that people might follow along with. The UAB Dirt Car Summer Nationals.
Oh, yeah.
So
It starts in that.
yeah, we starting this week.
If you was thinking about getting a subscription, yeah, to Dirt Vision,
Yeah.
you might want to do it this next week.
and Flow because
Yeah.
Also the next week Indiana Midget Week starts.
Oh, yeah.
So you got
Yeah.
something every night of the week.
You just got to buy another TV and put it on the wall. You can watch them both.
You can watch, yeah, you can do them both. It's doable. Trust me. Like former guest
I
racer.
got to work, so I'm probably going to be watching a lot of stuff on TV this week.
Yeah, yeah. Like Racing Richie said, if you want to bad enough, you can.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
tell somebody about us and help spread our gospel, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, we're Southern Baptists right now. Help spread our gospel. But until next week, we'll be trading sliders.